What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. It is a beautiful rainy day outside and we're gonna work on refinishing this bow, so let's get to it. I made this bow I think actually 5 years ago. I was gonna build it to hunt with. Essentially what I did is I built the finished bow before the wood had finished drying. When you're gonna build a bow, I think optimal moisture within the wood is about 6 to 8% if you're building with Osage orange, and I didn't let it dry long enough, and so what happened is I started with a 65-pound draw weight, and well, now I can't even pull it back because the more the wood dries, the tension strengthens, so the back of the bow is getting harder to bend, and same thing with the compression on the belly. It becomes harder to compress, and so the more the wood is dry, the harder it is to pull back. And so I probably built this bow around 15-20% moisture within the wood, and now it's not even shootable. So what we're going to do is we're going to refinish it, and we're going to take this to a very functional, shootable bow. So here's the before. This is what I've got right now. I got a V notch for the top here. This is the back of the bow down to the handle. I have an artificial sinew wrapped handle here and glued on, and then continue down to the bottom. It's just a longbow, pretty simple, starting out simple, but it is it's going to be very fun to do this. So the first thing we need to do is have a starting point. So I need to get this on the tillering board and see how out of tiller it is, because different parts of the wood will dry differently, and then as it one part dries more than another, it'll bend differently. So we need to get this bending uniformly, and then figure out the power the finished power we want to come to for draw weight. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be retillering the bow. That's basically all that needs done. I want to do a leather wrapped handle on this. I considered putting some more reflex in it, but since it's so dry already, I think I'll leave it as it is. I think that'll be better in the long run and be less chance of it cracking and stuff. So let's get this locked in here and strung up. I don't even know if this old string will, if it's too short, or if it'll string up for me. Holy moly, that's not happening. I'm going to grab the tillering string, because this string that was for the bow previously is definitely too short. I'm just going to do the common bowline knots here. That way we can do a quick release and get it going. Get the tiller. Wow, that is so powerful. I bet it doubled in strength. I can hardly get the limbs to bend at all. Okay. So we're going to have to remove a ton of material. I can already see it bends more right here and right by the handle, and less out here. So just to get started, I'm going to grab a Sharpie, and just with my eye, wherever the areas are flat, wherever it's not bending uniformly, I'm just going to go ahead and mark those areas. It's almost the whole limb. Part of the whole limb will need taken off, but to start, we'll get it bending uniformly, and then if we get it bending uniformly over the whole thing, we can take the same amount off the entire limb. Then it will just get weaker and weaker until the point we need to stop. But first we want to get it completely uniformly right off the bat. A little more by the handle than out here. Here in a little bit I'll use tools and stuff so that I can see better, but when there's this much material on, we just got to remove material. that's round 1 in the vise, and I've busted up the handle. I even used, leather in the vise, but this sinew wrapped glue didn't want any of it. It kept slipping, so I tightened it down, and well, we're gonna redo the handle on this as well, the whole thing. Let's see where we're at. It's already a little easier to bend. I'm gonna need to raise it up. I'm already 2 notches further than I was before. Looks pretty good. Exercise the lens a little bit. Still, on this limb, it bends a little bit right here. This section is really straight, so we're going to have to take a lot more off. Similar on the other limb. So what we're going to do is keep taking wood off. The best is yet to come. It's going to start bending perfectly and become a very smooth shooter for us. Stay tuned and we'll see you on the next video.